Good afternoon. An announcement for ASL viewers. Due to the importance of showing unobstructed videos, we ask that our ASL viewers use the WebEx link provided in the description of the live stream. For viewers who would like this town hall meeting translated, please click on the WebEx link in the live stream description and click the icon in the bottom left corner to select your preferred language.
Good afternoon. We're here today for a virtual town hall regarding an officer-involved shooting that occurred on Saturday, March 8, 2025 on the 1200 block of 41st Avenue. Before proceeding, I'd like to announce to our viewing and listening audience that this town hall is being translated into Spanish, Cantonese, and American Sign Language, ASL, for members of our community who speak those languages. Without suggesting a premature judgment on the appropriateness of the force used in this incident, today's presentation will include details from an officer-involved shooting incident that resulted in an injury to Dimitri Hochstadter. In the San Francisco Police Department, we recognize that our sworn duty as law enforcement officers imposes no more solemn obligation on us than to honor and respect the sanctity of human life. We also know that as police officers, we are sometimes required to use force, including deadly force at times, in the performance of our duties. We recognize, too, that officer-involved shootings can have traumatic effects on members of communities, especially for individuals, their families, and loved ones who have suffered traumas of their own and encounters with the criminal justice system, wherever it may be. To any of our viewers experiencing trauma from this incident, or from the information or images that we will present during this town hall, please know that help is available to you. You may contact the San Francisco Department of Public Health's crisis line at 415-970-3800 for trauma services. In the following presentation, we will release facts known to us at this time about this incident. We will try to do so in a manner that is impartial and neutral. We will play multiple videos from the incident, including police body-worn camera and drone video. We will answer questions from members of the public as well as members of the news media, understanding that this incident remains an ongoing investigation, and we will listen to public feedback. We will allocate 1 hour for public comment and questions. I want to emphasize that this incident is subject to multiple independent and ongoing investigations, which includes the SFPD's Investigative Services Detail, the SFPD's Internal Affairs Division, the Department of Police Accountability, and the District Attorney's Independent Investigations Bureau, or IIB. You can find more information on our website at sanfranciscopolice.org about the parallel investigations that occur following an officer-involved shooting. I want to emphasize that this presentation is part of SFPD's commitment to transparency. You can find more information about our pledge to transparency and accountability on our website. Thank you very much for joining us today. Acting Commander Mark M. will now present the facts of the case as we know them.
The officer-involved shooting, or OIS, discussed in its presentation occurred on Saturday, March 8, 2025 at approximately 5:24 p.m. in the Taraval Police District. A 911 caller reported that her neighbor yelled at the caller's children while armed with a firearm. The caller reported last seeing the suspect walking around in his backyard while still holding the firearm. Officers responded to the 1200 block of 41st Avenue, where they located the armed suspect in an adjacent backyard. SFPD drones were piloted to the area. After interviewing witnesses and tracking the suspect with the drone, an OIS occurred. In this presentation, you will hear the following police terminology and radio code language commonly used by officers. A priority are calls for service that involve serious incidents. These are emergency calls that require a rapid response because there may be an immediate threat to life or a substantial risk of major property loss or damage. RP is reporting party. 221 is a person with a gun. 408 is an ambulance. 909 is meet with a citizen. 1020 is location. 1097 is arrived on scene. 1098 is en route to a new location. Code 33 is emergency, clear the radio channel. BWC is body-worn camera. Dispatch is a Department of Emergency Management dispatcher and radio communication system. Specialist or SPEC is a member of the SFPD Specialist Team, which is an on-call specialized unit within the Special Operations Bureau consisting of officers and sergeants trained in responding to high-priority crimes in progress, resolving critical incidents, dignitary protection, crowd control, waterborne operations, and assisting the tactical unit with high-risk warrant service. The precise chronology of this incident is currently under investigation. We are still in the very early stages of an administrative investigation that can take months to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected and reviewed. The times presented are approximate. The following is a summary of the events as they are understood today and may evolve as further information is learned through the investigation. As of March 18, 2025, we believe the facts are as follows. On Saturday, March 8, 2025, at 4:23 p.m., dispatch received a call for service from a resident reporting that an adult male in an adjacent backyard was holding a firearm. The 911 caller's children, who were playing in the backyard, had informed her that the armed male in the adjacent yard had yelled at them to be quiet. The 911 caller then visually confirmed that the male was armed with a firearm and provided the following description. White male, approximately 40 to 45 years old, 5 feet 11 inches, and wearing a green shirt and khaki pants. Officers responded to the 1200 block of 41st Avenue and the 1200 block of 40th Avenue. They established a perimeter and advised immediate residents to shelter in place or evacuate. Specialists, drones, and backup officers were requested to respond, and medics were requested to stage nearby. At 4:43 p.m., officers gained visual of the suspect from 2 adjacent properties. The suspect was observed holding the firearm in his hand and walking around in the backyard. An officer made contact with the suspect's wife via phone. The suspect was identified as Dimitri Hochstadter. The wife told the officer that Mr. Hochstadter was alone in the residence, had been drinking, was depressed, and owned 4 firearms. At 4:52 p.m., Mr. Hochstadter walked into his residence. Officers then repositioned to the second-story backyard deck of the 911 caller's home on 41st Avenue for a better vantage point. Approximately 30 minutes later, Mr. Hochstadter exited the rear of the residence and continued walking in the backyard with the firearm still in his right hand. Mr. Hochstadter walked around in the backyard before positioning himself against the north fence and waving the firearm up in the air. Mr. Hochstadter appeared to focus on the police drone above his backyard by pointing the firearm directly at it. Mr. Hochstadter moved forward along the fence line while holding the firearm atop the fence. Mr. Hochstadter held onto the fence with his left hand while he waved the firearm back and forth. An officer who was positioned on the 911 caller's deck discharged his firearm at approximately 5:24 p.m. Immediately following the OIS, an officer broadcast on the radio, quote, "He just shot towards the air. Looks like he just shot himself in the arm." Officers who were in the residence directly behind Mr. Hochstadter's backyard observed him bleeding from his right forearm and collapsing to the ground. The team of officers approached Mr. Hochstadter and placed him into custody. The officers immediately rendered aid, which included the application of 2 tourniquets to his right arm. San Francisco Fire Department medics responded and transported Mr. Hochstadter to a local hospital for further medical treatment. The suspect in this incident is identified as Mr. Dimitri Hochstadter, and his date of birth is July 4th, 1978. Crime scene investigators from the San Francisco Police Department Forensic Services Division responded and collected evidence from the scene, including, but not limited to, the following: 5.223 fired cartridge casings from the officer's firearm. The following seized items belonged to Mr. Hochstadter: a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm handgun loaded with a 7-round capacity magazine containing 4 cartridges, a Smith & Wesson 22 LR rifle, a Kel-Tec KS7 12-gauge shotgun, and a Taurus Arms A56 38 caliber revolver. Officers on scene were wearing department-issued body-worn cameras, which were activated during this incident. The body-worn cameras recorded the events as they unfolded. The Independent Investigations Bureau, or IIB, is an independent unit within the San Francisco District Attorney's Office that investigates and reviews all officer-involved shootings. Any relevant video footage or photographs can be provided to IIB by calling 628-652-4420 or by email at sfda-iib@sfgov.org. All victims and witnesses from this incident are encouraged to call IIB at 628-652-4420. The SFPD officer who discharged his firearm in this incident is Officer Donald Sakiyama, a patrol officer assigned to Taraval Station. The officer who discharged his department-issued firearm completed Critical Mindset Coordinated Response, or CMCR training, Active Shooter Violent Intruder training, and Crisis Intervention training, or CIT. CMCR is a 20-hour California post-certified course developed by the San Francisco Police Department's Field Tactics Force Options Unit. This course addresses high-risk situations encountered by officers out in the field. Training objectives include critical decision-making during high-risk incidents. Officers gain a deeper understanding of how to resolve these incidents with a coordinated and tactically sound approach using teamwork and leadership. Active Shooter Violent Intruder is a 20-hour California post-certified training course developed by the San Francisco Police Department's Field Tactics Force Options Unit. This course builds on critical decision-making based on the information known at the time. This course utilizes force-on-force exercises and reality-based scenarios to induce stress and therefore increase each student's inoculation to stress. CIT is a 40-hour California post-certified course which prepares them to respond to persons in crisis incidents and, as a team, formulate a plan, establish rapport, and use de-escalation tactics, including tactical repositioning and creating time and distance wherever possible, to safely resolve incidents. Today's presentation is provided in a multimedia format. In an effort to provide a transparent and comprehensive perspective of this incident, the SFPD will provide audio from the 911 call, drone video footage, BWC footage, crime scene investigation photos, maps, and related visual aids. Our presentation today consists of relevant known video and audio at this time, but it is not intended to provide all photos, videos, or testimonial information related to this investigation. I will now provide a presentation of this incident using these multimedia sources. As select points to increase the clarity for viewers, certain videos have been enhanced and slowed down to allow for a better understanding of this incident. Please note that this presentation, the enhanced videos, and the unedited videos will all be available on the SFPD website immediately following this town hall event. SFPD policies can also be located on the SFPD website. Prior to the beginning of each segment, I will provide a brief description to orient the viewer to the time, place, and location of the content about to be shown. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence related to this case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based upon what we know right now. A word of caution: the images and information you're about to see and hear may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a person or defend against attack, the images are graphic and may be difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. We encourage those in need of support to contact the San Francisco Department of Public Health Crisis Line at 415-970-3800. On March 8, 2025, at 4:23 p.m., the San Francisco Department of Emergency Management received a 911 call reporting a male in a backyard holding a firearm in his hand and yelling at children on the 1200 block of 41st Avenue. We will now play a 911 call from a witness who observed the suspect with a firearm in his hand in an adjacent backyard. The 911 caller's voice has been altered and some of their personal information has been redacted to protect their privacy.
San Francisco 911, what's the exact location of the emergency?
Hi, I'm in my backyard, and there is a neighbor with a gun yelling at our kids to be quiet.
Okay, where is that neighbor located?
He is I don't know how to say it, like, but basically horizontally to the back of my house. If you guys come through my backyard, you'll see where he is. So my neighbor is directly to our backyard.
Okay, and what's the cross street?
What's the cross street? It's Irving and Lincoln.
Okay, give me one moment. Let me get the officers going. Bear with me, okay?
Yeah, get to the front of the house. I don't want you near the gun.
Did you see the gun?
Yeah, we all saw the gun.
Was it a handgun, long, big gun? What type of gun?
Handgun. It's a handgun.
What color?
What color? Black?
Black in color. Okay. What? Do you know your neighbor's name?
I don't know his name.
Okay. What race is he?
He's white.
How old does he look?
Maybe 40, 45.
40 to 45. You know how tall he is at all?
5'11".
Did you see what color shirt or jacket he was wearing, or what he was
He's in a green shirt and khaki pants.
Green shirt, khaki pants. Okay. And what happened?
He's just telling our kids who are playing in their own backyard to shut the fuck up, and he has a gun and he's wheeling it around. So I asked my husband to go talk to him because I didn't see his gun at first, and then we went over there and talked to him, and he's wheeling the gun around. Like, all of our kids are like under 4 playing right here.
Okay. And it's the neighbor, so it's your backyard, right? Give me one moment,
Yeah.
1 second.
Do you know his, it's diagonal from us towards the right. I think that would be, just come to our house and you can see in the backyard,
Okay.
and the cops can work around.
Okay. Give me 1 moment, okay?
Uh-huh.
You are about to hear a recording of the call for service of the suspect with a firearm as it was broadcast by dispatch to responding officers. This audio was provided by the San Francisco Department of Emergency Management.
Taraval 3, A221, 41st, crossing Lincoln and Irving. 11 David, the RP doesn't know the neighbor's exact address, but the neighbor is yelling at RP's kids to be quiet with a gun.
Ida 13 David, put me on the 221 call and put the Ida 13 on the 5 Davis call.
Copy. RP saw the gun. It's black in color. It's a white male, 40 to 45, 5'11", green shirt, khaki pants. Terrible units. The RP advised she was in her backyard when she saw the neighbor with the gun yelling at her kids, all who are under 4.
Are
there any priors for the suspect?
A negative on that 1020 nor the RPs. You just see Ida 13 David, 11 David. Let's do closer on Lincoln because the target house is on the south side. Ida 13 David. Sam, do you still have the caller on the phone?
Ida 13 David, negative.
Copy. Cover 97, let's do a rally point on 42nd and Lincoln on 42nd.
Ida 13 copy 97 at 42nd and Lincoln.
We will now display a geographical map to illustrate the general area of the incident on the 1200 block of 41st Avenue. The map will show a Google satellite perspective as well as a Google Earth view. We will now show BWC and SFPD drone footage of the incident. I will introduce each video prior to playing it. Timestamps displayed on BWC footage are in Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. Timestamps on the SFPD drone footage are in Pacific Standard Time. We are now going to play BWC footage from officer number 1. The officer is contacting the 911 caller by phone to confirm the details of the incident and gather additional information regarding the suspect. The officer arrives at the scene and formulates a plan to isolate the suspect, establish a perimeter, evacuate the neighbors, and coordinate with backup officers to gather resources. The BWC footage has been trimmed for brevity with no changes to its substance. Certain voices and images have been altered to protect their privacy.
Hello?
Hi, is this...
Yes.
Hi, my name is Officer Psych of San Francisco Police Department. We are around the corner, but before we try to make contact with you, we just want to make sure that this person that you saw with a gun is... do you still see this person? Did they go back inside the house?
I'm going to give you the phone to my husband. He was talking.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Officer Sakiyama. I'm responding to your call at 41st. Before we make contact with either yourself or the person, your neighbor, I just want to make sure that, do you still see this person in your backyard area, or did they go back inside?
No, so he's on his side of the fence, right? He's not in my backyard, but so like our backyards are almost like kind of diagonally across.
Do you still see him?
No, he went back in his house right now.
Okay. Do you know...
We also went inside to get the kids inside because we don't,
Okay.
Just in case this guy's crazy enough to shoot him,
Have you ever had any contact or any issues with this person?
Nah.
Okay.
Never. And then it just, literally, he was yelling at the kids. We went to the corner, me and my brother went to the corner market to get something, and my wife called me. She's like, some guy's cussing at the kids for making noise. I'm like,
Okay, and did either yourself or your wife physically see this person with a gun?
I saw them, yeah.
Okay. Can you describe the gun or anything that you remember?
It's a black, I mean, it looks like, I think, like a 9mm.
Okay. Was he, at any point, was he pointing that gun at your direction, your children's direction, or your yard?
They're currently showing.
So he started waving it, like, at us, right?
Something like that.
Like, kind of like waving, like, like when you, like, say something like, no, somebody kind of, like, with your finger, but with the gun, he was doing that.
Okay, can you describe what he looked like?
The white male, kind of balding on the top. He wearing a green shirt, and he wearing, like, brown, like, corduroy pants, I think.
How long ago did you see him?
Like, literally, just, like, 10 minutes ago. And now we're inside the house, and I haven't gone back out in the yard yet.
Got it. Okay. All right. We will make contact. So if you hear a knock on your door in a few minutes, that's going to be us. We just have to formulate a plan just in case if he's still in the area. Okay?
Okay, you guys are going to knock on his door too? I think his address is like, because I looked it up on the maps. It's like.
Is it on the left side or the right side of your house?
When you're looking from the right and behind on the back side. So it's, because I looked it up on the Google map.
Hold on, let me make sure I get that right. I'm looking at Google Maps right now.
Because I'm.
One second, I just gotta look. Is it like a brownish tan color with some plants on it front?
I don't know what the front looks like because we're in the back side of it, right? So
okay. And then your house is to the right of it or left of it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
So my house is on the other side. So like our backyards connect. So I'm on 41st.
Oh, you're on 41st, and he's on 40. Okay.
Is he out there? He's still out there. Oh yeah, he's on the backyard right now. He's got the gun. He's waving. Yeah, he's waving in the back. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's waving at us right now.
Okay, stay in your house, okay? Hey, do you want to go contact on that side? Yeah. And then I'll make contact here. We'll isolate him.
Go get in the car.
And then we'll go from there. From the video. Okay, and all the doors are open for the backyard, still good?
Yeah, I'll walk you real quick.
Okay.
I actually just don't open this door because this door my dogs are in there.
Okay, that's okay. But he's directly behind.
So like I'll show you right now, right? So it's that house right.
With all the trees?
Yeah, with all the trees.
Right down here.
So look, right there he's right there. See right there? Look at the green. You see him?
Okay, he's looking over.
He's looking over there right now. I don't know what he's doing over there. Right?
He's right there. He's got the gun.
Yeah, he's still got the gun. You see him? You can see the gun clear as day.
Ida 13 David, code 33. We need to isolate him in the house. Okay, wait in your car.
Yeah, where's the other dog?
No, leave the dogs in the room. Leave the dogs in the room. She got the puppy.
Yeah. Hey, One Dragon, you're gonna have a better view on your side. So he still has a 221. He's looking on the south side of the fence line. He looks like by himself, and I don't think he's made aware of our presence yet. 13 David, I'll take some outside minutes.
Hey, does he live there? Do you guys know him?
So yeah, he lives there. He lives there. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Do you have the address of that yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
Is there a terrible 182 notches that
So he's looking over, so I don't know what the.
If you had a 101 on 97. And if you had a 101 Taraval
Listen, my address. And then he's right here in this house, which is.
If you had a 101 Taraval Station.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I said I want you to
I shoot him from my window and I'm like,
No. Okay. Yeah, is there someone that has access to that? So we can look up 40th Avenue. See his
All right, dispatch. This is gonna be a white male, 3540. He's got green shirts, corduroy pants. He is looking over the fence line to the house or south of the objective. I don't think he's made aware of our presence, but we might need to have someone go contact the residents to let them know just to shelter in place or to get him out of there. I have visual from the 909's house.
Can I see your Google Maps again? Sure. And put it on the satellite mode.
Him on Dragon, do you see him on your side?
Negative, we're gonna go into 1266.
Copy.
The resident at the house, just get him out of there. Just have him chill in the car.
Just confirming that resident from 6 is coming out?
No, I'm advising the 13 David, which has a better visual, to whatever residents they have, just to get them out and have them wait in the car.
Yeah, it's
Copy.
Yeah, he's still got the gun there. You see it?
yeah. If you had a 101, there's a lot of trees in which is hard to see. I know, but we don't work on my side. We got problem. The problem.
13 David, I'm gonna just activate my code 33 button.
In his yard holding a gun, and that's not illegal on its own. That is illegal. But you see, we're in a. If we just go up to him.
13 David, can you go on all respects?
And we don't want that. Right? Just let them do whatever they got to do to make sure.
Copy, you're doing it now.
Okay, so I don't know if someone's over there, but I'll just try to do my best to maintain a visual of him until we get that isolated.
We are at 6 and we can see him directly in front of us.
If you had a 101, are the neighbors aware to stay down?
Yeah, we'll notify them.
Ida 13 David, is there anyone on the 40th Street or 40th Avenue side?
Any units on the 40th Avenue side?
I don't think he's made aware of our presence yet.
3 out of 101. Can you get some of the 40th Avenue side? We can see what kind of visuals we can get from that end.
And you have to go to the 40th Avenue side to get a visual?
Not just yet.
Just so you guys know, on the left, when you go out, there's these stairs. This is how I took the video. I went down these stairs.
Item 13, David, any update on drone?
What?
He was unaware that I can't see it.
Phoenix 4, do you have an update?
A 5 Robert 8 to the units on scene. If you want to pull up the PFR feed, you confirm the suspect's wearing a green shirt.
A4, he's a green shirt in the backyard between 40th and 41st. I have visual from him from the 909's house. He is looking over a fence facing the south side of the objective house.
We have a big PA at the station, right?
We do.
3 out of 101.
3 out of 101.
Terrible. That's free.
That's free.
If you could get the PA thing at the station, maybe speak to them from a safe spot.
Robert 13 is a registered at address who owns a shotgun and a 9mm shield pistol.
Hey, what's up? Like the PA, like.
I did 200, clearing the range. I'm gonna head out to the 221 call.
Talk to someone. Okay.
Hey, that 5 robbery unit, can
come
you
to the
do a cal photo and email it to me? I can't look at my phone right now. And I'll give you confirmation if that's him or not.
Hey, Saki, Fox is emailing anyone now.
Copy. Dispatch is an update. He's still looking on the south side of the objective backyard. He's looking over the fence. He's still isolated. It seems like he's waving his hands or talking to someone. I don't know if he's talking to himself, but he's still isolated. So I got an email.
Yeah, 5 Robert 8, yeah, he's looking at the drone and he's got the gun in his right hand.
My idea is to try and talk to him from here.
Looking at the drone, the gun in his right hand.
And see if he'll drop the gun and surrender.
Okay.
What do you think of that idea, or do you have other ideas?
Spec. Just have him take over, though. Or, like, for me, like, I don't think we have enough, I don't know what resources we have so far. Yeah. So I'm here by myself.
We are now going to play video footage from an SFPD drone showing Mr. Hochstatter in the backyard of a residence on the 1200 block of 40th Avenue, holding a firearm in his right hand. As he walks towards the north fence, he points the firearm into the air, then at the drone flying above. Mr. Hochstatter steadies himself by holding onto the fence with his left hand while he waves the firearm back and forth. Please note, this video footage has no audio. We are now going to play SFPD drone footage that highlights the position of Officer Number 1 and Mr. Hochstadter. Please note this video footage has no audio. We are now going to play SFPD drone footage that has been synced with the video and audio of the BWC footage from Officer Number 1. Please note that the officer's BWC footage initially shows the deck as he is in a prone position. Additionally, the drone's perspective differs from the officer's.
Only his right hand. Fuck. Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Shot towards the air.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Shots fired towards the air. Shot himself in the arm. Shot himself in the arm.
Drop the gun! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Subject's not cooperating.
Get on the ground!
Shots fired. He is or is not cooperating?
He's on the ground.
Arresting's moving in. On the ground, resting in.
We are now going to play SFPD drone footage that has been slowed down and enhanced, showing Mr. Hochstadter holding the firearm. Please note this video footage has no audio. We are now going to play BWC footage from Officer Number 2, a specialist. The officer is preparing to establish a surveillance position on the second-story backyard deck of a neighboring property on the 1200 block of 41st Avenue when the OIS occurs.
You're gonna drop on with you.
What's that?
Okay.
Donald, do you have good eyes on him?
Only his right hand.
I'm going to shift over towards you.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Behind you. Yep.
Drop the gun! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
He's on the ground. He's on the ground.
Subject's on the ground. Arresting's coming in.
We are now going to play BWC footage showing officers taking Mr. Hochstadter into custody and rendering aid.
If he drops it, Sarge, what are we gonna do?
What's that?
If he drops it?
We should still stand by because oh shit.
Okay, wait a minute.
He just shot towards the air.
He shot himself. He shot himself.
Looks like he just shot himself in the arm.
Get on the ground now! Police!
Get on
the ground!
Get on the ground!
Hands in the air! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not reach for the gun!
Lay flat on your stomach!
Do not move!
Stay on your back! Stay on your back!
Do not move. My arm is like, look, whoa, dude.
Relax.
Dude, no, they're like, you're gonna cuff me, bro. Ah, my arm is bleeding out, dude. I swear to God.
I didn't need to
Please, God, dude. Seriously,
Where's the gun?
It's right there.
I swear to fucking God.
Give me a tourniquet. Give me a tourniquet.
Ah, I'm gonna die. Okay, thank you.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah, I'm going to die. Help me, please. Help me.
We're helping you. We are helping you.
Tourniquet. Okay, good. Yeah. Dude, my arm is like off like entire time. Please help. Yep.
Gun's over here.
Good, yeah. Hey, somebody stay with the gun?
I got it.
Dude, it's fine, dude. Like, okay.
There we go.
By the way, it's actually fine. The guys in the other house over there, they are like they are bad. They are bad people. Oh my God! Stop! There.
CSI photos. This photo shows the scene where Mr. Hochstadter's firearm was located. This photo shows a close-up of Mr. Hochstadter's firearm at the scene. This photo shows Mr. Hochstadter's firearm unloaded. This photo shows the department-issued patrol rifle used by the officer in the OIS. This concludes my presentation. I will now introduce the commanding officer of Taraval Station, Captain Brian Hu.
Good afternoon. I am Captain Brian Hu, commanding officer of Taraval Station. Taraval Station officers were first to respond to this incident. Since this incident occurred, I have been in touch with our city leaders and community partners to keep them updated and to address any concerns. This was an isolated incident and there is no further public safety concern. As we move forward, I will continue to make myself available to our neighborhood partners and the community and will continue to address any questions or concerns they may have. For those who have further questions or concerns, you may contact me at Taraval Station. I invite you to attend Taraval Station's next community meeting that will be held Thursday, March 20th at 6 p.m. at Taraval Station, where we will listen to the community, address questions, and discuss any issues raised. Thank you.
The public comment portion of this town hall will now begin. The length of time for public comment will be 1 hour. To call into the meeting, please call 1-415-655-0001. Again, the number to call into the meeting is 1-415-655-0001. Please enter access code 2662-423-4468 ##. Each public comment caller will have up to 2 minutes to speak. If you wish to join the queue for public comment, please listen carefully to the following instructions. Interpretation is available in both Spanish and Cantonese. If you are watching on WebEx, you may click the interpretation button and select your preferred language. If you are calling into the meeting, again, please call 1-415-655-0001. Enter access code 2662-423-4468 ##. You may press *3 to raise your hand to get in the queue to speak for public comment. You will be prompted when you have been unmuted and it is your turn to speak. Once again, each caller will have up to 2 minutes to provide public comment for this town hall meeting. Your 2 minutes will begin once you have been prompted that you have been unmuted and you begin speaking. Please be reminded, you must mute the broadcast you are watching in order for your public comment to be heard clearly. Again, if you are watching the broadcast online, please mute the broadcast or turn down the volume to prevent audio feedback so your comment can be heard clearly. Moderators, at this time, I ask that you invite the first caller in to speak. Caller, go ahead. You have been unmuted.
Legislative aide for District 4 representing Supervisor Joe Engardio this afternoon. We appreciate all the officers and support staff involved in this investigation and the town hall today. It is not easy to watch the footages, and it just makes us even more appreciative of the difficult situations that our officers have to deal with as part of their job every day to keep our citizens safe. So we just want to say thank you so much to your department's transparency, and we will relay the information that you all have shared today with our District 4 constituents. Thank you again for all of your hard work, and that's all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Fabian Fernandez, and I'm a healthcare worker. I was working at San Francisco General Hospital when Dimitri was brought into the ICU for frequent neurovascular checks. And as someone who took care of him, he was incredibly kind, incredibly gracious. And unfortunately, this is not the first person that I've taken care of that has been shot by SFPD. I have serious questions about whether Dimitri fired his gun at all. And to that end, I have 3 questions. 1, did the police recover any shell casings from Dimitri's gun? 2, did the police swab his hands for gunshot residue? And 3, do the body camera videos, the recordings, demonstrate that he was warned to put down his weapon before he was shot? Again, I have serious concerns, and as a healthcare worker who takes care of people who have been shot by SFPD at San Francisco General, I think we should know as the public. Thank you.
Caller, for your question. Let me answer your last question first as far as the warning. As you can see on Officer Sakiyama's video, there was approximately 40 minutes that elapsed, and they had a plan, the officers at the scene, which you can hear on the video, that they were planning to isolate Mr. Hochstatter and evacuate all the neighbors, have them shelter in place, and that plan also called for a PA system or a PA device to be brought from the district station to communicate with Mr. Hochstatter. Unfortunately, the officer-involved shooting happened before that plan could be executed, so they did not communicate and warn him. But they did plan to do that, as you can see on the video. In terms of the rest of your questions, this investigation is still ongoing. What we know, and what we knew at the time and what we know now, is that several officers reported that Mr. Hochstatter had fired a shot. We are still investigating to confirm exactly what happened with that situation, and we are not able to give you any conclusive answers at this point.
Caller, you have been unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a question regarding precisely if any of the rounds fired by or any of the bullets fired by SFPD actually hit the suspect.
Thank you, caller, for your question. What we know is that Mr. Hochstatter was shot once. Again, this investigation is ongoing, so I can't give you the ballistic results from that gunshot at this point. We're only 10 days into this, excuse me, and that will be a part of the investigation, but we do know that he was shot once.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller.
I have a question. Yes. So the question is, have all the guns been removed from his house? And also, is there anything to prevent him from getting a gun in the future?
Thank you, caller, for your question. Yes, as was discussed in Acting Commander M's presentation, all the guns were recovered and removed from his house that were part of the picture on Acting Commander M's presentation. So we recovered all the guns that were in his possession.
At this time, there are no public comment callers in the queue. We will conclude the town hall meeting in 2 minutes if there are no public comment callers.
Hello, I just wanted to follow up because there are things that were done on the scene, and so I am curious whether the police swabbed his hands for gunshot residue, and whether there were any recovered shell casings around Dimitri from his gun.
Thank you, caller, for your questions. There are no recovered shell casings. That investigation is still ongoing. As far as the swabbing of the hands, Mr. Hochstetter was taken to the hospital and had medical procedures, so we were not able to swab his hands because of the emergency situation, the emergency medical situation.
Caller, go ahead. You've been unmuted.
Questions. Oh, thank you. I had two questions. One, was there any direct contact with Dimitri prior to the shooting? And also, could you speak to the perceived threat at that point that led to the decision to use lethal force?
Thank you, caller, for your question. In the presentation and the videos, you hear several pieces of evidence. Number one, the 911 callers who were threatened with Mr. Hochstetter waving a gun at children in the neighborhood. Number two, another person who said that he had been drinking and was depressed. And number three, the officers actually visualized and saw several officers, Mr. Hochstetter not only waving a gun in the air, but pointing a gun a different direction in the direction of people. I just want to point out something about our use of force policy and to the public here. There's no requirement that a person shoots before officers can use force. What is basically what we have to evaluate is the threat to either the officers or the public. There were several points in this presentation based on the evidence where there was a danger to the public and the officers at scene. So we are not done with the investigation yet. That's why we do investigate, but the presentation, I believe, from you looking at the videos, hearing the evidence, hearing the 911 calls, there were multiple points in this investigation and in this incident where there were real threats to the public and the officers who were at the scene. And that is what our use of force policy is based upon in terms of evaluating the reasonableness of an officer using force. So that is how this officer will be evaluated.
Hi. In the video, it says that the suspect shot himself. Has it been confirmed that the bullet that was in Dimitri was actually from his gun, or was it from SFPD?
The video only says what happened at the scene. You know, part of why we investigate is determine what actually happened in this situation. What you heard on the videos, plural, is what the officer and officers at the scene believe they were seeing. So from here, we investigate, we try to corroborate what we can corroborate, we try to look at the evidence to get a fuller picture of what exactly happened. But those videos were in the moment, and it's important that you as a caller and people that watch this understand that what happened was in that moment. Officers reported what they thought they were seeing or what they saw, and that's what we report to the public. Now the investigation will ferret out exactly what the evidence leads us to believe actually happened.
At this time, there are no public comment callers in the queue, and we will conclude this town hall meeting.
I'd like to thank all of our callers and our listening and viewing audience who joined us for this town hall. There were 232 people that joined in on this town hall. Thank you for your questions. As I pointed out during this presentation, this investigation is an ongoing investigation. No conclusions have been made at this point, and we really appreciate everybody's input and calls and questions. That will conclude this town hall. Please have a safe evening and a safe rest of your week. Thank you.